I don't want there to be like an
just
anonymous
enough chairs.
voice coming from.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so you guys have read the Hansel and Gretel version. How is this version different from the 3 versions that we discussed earlier? Margaret, what do you notice the differences?
Hansel and Gretel were teenagers.
They were teenagers in this story. What else, Fergus?
This wasn't a story from a cartoon that's not even that popular.
What do you mean?
Like, this is not a story. This is not like any funny version. This is kind of more of the original story. This is not like from Teen Titans Go.
Okay.
This is not like, this is normal. This is a kind of normal
story? Or a story that could actually happen?
Well, no, but it happened. Maybe it could, no. I mean, I might have to look at that.
Phineas, what do you think?
I actually have 4 differences.
Okay, can you list them?
The house was not made out of actual edible candy. It
Oh.
wasn't in the woods. There was nothing mentioning breadcrumb. Oh, that makes 5 because I didn't plan out that one.
Okay.
The witch wasn't like a real witch. It was an in-person. And there was one other one I forget. The witch didn't die.
Yeah.
You also mentioned that something about the house. Was there a
Yeah, it
house in this
wasn't-
version?
Yes, there was.
No.
Well, it was a bakery.
A bakery. So there was
And
a
it
business
wasn't-
instead of just the witch's house.
And it wasn't made out of actual edible candy. It was like sort of an in-person of candy.
Okay. Michelle?
In this story, it was their fault. Like, it wasn't the witch's fault, it was their fault that this happened.
That what happened?
Like, they trashed the bakery.
Okay, we're going to come back to that. Naomi?
In this story, it didn't actually mention anything where the witch gets thrown in the oven, dying, or Hansel getting trapped. It's more of, I want to say a little more realistic, like in the last 2 paragraphs-ish, because they're like officers that arrest them, there's like, yeah.
Does anyone agree that this is a more realistic version?
Actually,
I feel like this, in a way, could be similar to the first story. The 2 main characters are the same in the witch part. I feel like the characters, they're just a lot different from the first story and the setting.
Okay. The setting is different, I agree. Erica?
One thing that I really noticed in the first tiny little paragraph is that they were abandoned by their mother and father, and the other version had a mean mother and a good father. So,
well, it does because
no,
it
because
says
they were
abandoned by
abandoned.
their father and cruel stepmother.
They didn't say cruel father and cruel stepmother.
I know.
So is the father...
The father might have been nice.
Like,
So do we know if he was nice or
No.
not? in this?
No, not exactly.
Maybe we'll find out more information later. Phineas?
It actually, this sort of, to me, looks more like evidence rounded up than more like Hansel's point of view, retelling the story, or Gretel's point of view. I don't actually remember which one it is, or a narrator. Because in this one it says, Hansel and Gretel dispute, and according to Melinda, I think.
Which paragraph are you referring to so we can all...
In number 5 it starts with Hansel and Gretel dispute.
Malvinia.
Malvinia's version of what happened. So that means they say that that's not what happened, and that would be like an argument in a court case. And paragraph 4 begins with, according to Malvina, is it Malvinia, and according to Malvinia would be she's telling the story, and that's what happened in her point of view.
From her perspective.
So, yeah, from her perspective. So that it sounds more like a court case because they have both of them, and it also says, or no, that's it. That's all it says.
That's what I think.
Mirabelle, your hand was up.
Also at the top, it says background information, so it's not exactly, they're telling the story, but it's information that they know. It might not be the whole story. There could have been more details that we don't know.
Good. And with you mentioning that, what point of view is this written in? I know we had discussed that a week or so ago. Hazel, is it first person, second person, third person?
This is in third person.
How do we know?
Because it doesn't have any eyes unless the character is just like, I did not do anything or something.
So there's no.
And also another proof is that the story is talking in many different points of view,
Okay.
like Melvin and then Hansel and Gretel.
Right. So do we have enough information here? Would you consider this third person limited or third person omniscient? We talked about that. Michelle,
Third person limited.
tell me why.
Because actually I changed my mind. Omniscient, because it's showing Hansel and Gretel's point of view and Malvinia's point of view.
So there are more than just Hansel, Gretel, and Malvinia in this story. Aren't there other characters?
Yeah, but they
So do we know what they're thinking as well?
No.
So would it be third person omniscient or limited?
Limited.
Limited, because we don't know of everything that's happened just yet. And we don't know each character's point of view. We've got three perspectives so far. Hansel and Gretel, and Malvinia's. So, why is Hansel looking for a job? Naomi.
Because it says in the first paragraph that their parents abandoned them and they need to get money to fend for them, to support themselves, and he wants to get a job so that they can get a room and live like normal people. And so that's when he finds the bakery and wants to get a job.
So how would you describe Hansel and Gretel's personality or their behaviors? Is there any evidence in the reading that helps you understand maybe how they are further?
I think they are very independent. They know what they're doing. Like, we got abandoned. Oh, okay, we got abandoned. They're like, okay, we got abandoned by our parents. Now this is like saying, what would we do if we were stranded in a forest? Well, actually more, what would we do if we had no parents and we needed our own money? We'd get our own job. They're thinking like, we need to, they're like really, and they're independent, like they were like both, and none of them were, and they were both very probably hardworking because they probably had full-time jobs because they wanted like, this is like the kind of like, they don't have any support from any kind of money. Like, if someone grew old, they probably, or if someone became an adult and their parents are old, they probably get financial support from them.
Okay. Would you guys
But they don't
agree
have-
that Hansel and Gretel have some independent qualities about themselves?
Well, in more terms of like being, like they can do without parents. Like they're together and stuff, but they know what to do when like they're alone and they don't have any financial support or any really support at all.
Do you think that they prefer to be independent, or would they rather have parents that
Yeah, they'd
cared
rather
about
have-
them and took care of them?
They'd probably rather have parents because they love their parents. They want the parents they can love, like the cruel grandmother or stepmother. They didn't want, like, they wanted something like a parents to love, to have like someone related to them, someone who they can get taken care of with. It's a lot harder to go in.
Mirabelle?
In paragraph 4, it tells them that they refuse to stop, like, knocking the gingerbread houses down,
Okay.
which I felt was kind of weird because at first they wanted to eat it, but now they're just picking stuff off and knocking it down to destroy it.
how would you define that? How would you say their behavior is? What adjective or descriptive word would you say? If they're knocking down gingerbread houses, they're wild, what would you say, Dash?
Destructive.
They're destructive, what else?
Immature.
Immature, Naomi?
They're childish.
Childish, careless,
They were being really disrespectful because
disrespectful.
she
Tell me
told
why.
because she told them to like leave the candy on the gingerbread house and let the gingerbread house be, but they just kept like knocking it down and picking candies off of it. So it's kind of disrespectful because she already told them to stop because she didn't like it.
But there's 2 points of view in the story, and in the other one, they say that they,
What paragraph are you referring to?
5, they did touch the gingerbread houses, but, they said that when
Malvinia, that's a
Malvinia
pretty tricky name.
came after them, one of the houses knocked to the floor, and they kept on falling off, but they say that it wasn't their fault.
It wasn't their fault. So you brought up a great point. There are 2 perspectives in this reading. There are Malvinia's perspective, and then there's Hansel and Gretel's perspective. Malvinia's perspective seems very different. What she thought she saw happen is very different from Hansel and Gretel's account. What are the differences that you note between paragraph 4 and paragraph 5? 4 is Malvinia's perspective, and 5 is Hansel and Gretel's perspective. Hazel.
I actually had something to say.
Mm-hmm.
There's a way that without any clues we could tell that Hansel and Gretel, like that Malvinia's point of view would be more accurate.
Tell us more.
So if they are under the age needed to work at a bakery like 14, like if they were only like, I don't know, 11, then it's obvious that they weren't looking for a job. In fact, they probably need to go to an adoption center to go.
Very great point. So why do you think they went in Malvinia's bakery if they were underage and they may not have been looking for a job? Why else could they have been in there?
To pick the sweets off the gingerbread houses like it says in paragraph 4.
All right. Carolyn.
But I actually think that maybe Hansel and Gretel's point of view might be more accurate because there's 2 of them saying the exact same things.
Okay.
And so Malvinia could have just been making this up so she couldn't get in trouble or something like that.
Corey.
So I'm kind of siding with both because for Malvinia, she was there and it's like her bakery, and if she like if you owned a bakery and saw someone like picking off the sweets off of stuff you made, obviously like you're going to tell them to like get out. But with Hansel and Gretel, Malvinia's a little older, so I feel like she might have seen wrong, or that Hansel and Gretel simply just like did the stuff but not purposely. Like they might have knocked down her gingerbread houses, but that might have been because like if Gretel was running away from the pan, she might have bumped into a gingerbread house.
That is possible. Vinny.
I think that Hansel and Gretel, their side would be more accurate because it would make no sense, not even for an 11-year-old, it wouldn't even make sense for an 11-year-old to start eating something, and obviously they will like it because it's a gingerbread house, and they're 11, they're kids, it's sweet, to knock it on the floor, because that would get rid of their chance to actually eat it.
So for both paragraph 4 and 5, 1 second, then I'll let you continue. We have Malvinia's account, and then we have paragraph 5, Hansel and Gretel's account. How do we know that what they're telling us is factual? Do we know that for certain? This is just their version of what happened. so that's why we're still at that third person limited. We can't take everything that's written here as fact just yet. We'll get more information as we build our case. But just keep in mind that this is just their perspective, their opinion on what they thought they saw. So we have to kind of read between the lines and kind of figure out where's the truth. Nara.
They could also both be right, like parts of it don't make sense. Like maybe the first gingerbread house was a mistake, but other ones, like they talking accidentally knock over a ton of them.
That's true.
And
Also with that, how do we know that it was knocked over? Now Vinny is saying that they knocked them over, but we weren't there.
We should go to them because Malvinia could have cleaned it all up, like.
And also in the story, we know that she's trying to get them out, well, according to her, she's trying to get them out of the bakery, but from Hansel and Gretel's perspective, she was trying to put them where?
In the oven.
In the oven, and so maybe they were trying to escape and something got damaged on the way out. So we need to look at both.
I wanted to say,
Yes, I forgot.
in Malvinia's point of view, she says out of self-defense, she tried to hit him with a huge baking pan.
understand.
You wouldn't in self-defense attack someone. Maybe shielding yourself with the baking pan less than hitting someone with it, because that would be attacking and not defending.
Could there been another way for her to defend herself?
Yes, plenty of other ways.
Corey.
I agree with Finian, but for another reason. So she says that in self-defense, she tried to hit them with a huge baking pan that was in the large oven she used to bake for gingerbread houses. But then she says that she was no match for the two teenagers and that they tried to push her. That doesn't make any sense to me, because if she had the pan trying to hit them, then I don't understand how they could have had if she said she was using self-defense, so isn't that the whole point of self-defense, to protect yourself?
Yeah.
So she said, she said she was no match for them, but she also said that she was using self-defense and tried to hit them with a pan.
So it sounds like you're finding flaws in Malvinia's story. Are there any flaws in Hansel and Gretel's story?
Yes.
Maybe so. Margaret.
I actually think that Malvinia is like more accurate, because Hansel and Gretel are like kids, and they usually like lie to make them not get in trouble.
I'm siding with both sides.
I get you. Does anyone agree with Margaret and Corey?
No,
just
a little bit.
Well, I was going to say something, a flaw with Hansel and Gretel.
Okay.
So doesn't it say like that she tries to put them in? So in their version, doesn't it say she tries to put them in the pan and put them in the oven?
Yes.
That's kind of impossible. I don't think a teenagers can fit in one pan.
Yeah, I agree with that. It was a large oven, remember?
I know, but I sort of agree
It
with
didn't say
Dash.
how large.
I sort of agree with Dash as well, because
There are
freezers
that are half the size of this room. Ovens can be about that big.
I'm going with both sides, but I sort of agree with Dash also, because in Malvinia's story, she just said that she hit them with a pot, but in their tried to hit them with a pan. But in their story, they said that she tried to put Gretel into the pan and then put her in the oven.
Okay.
I don't.
So this is I'm not sure if I have, this is kind of just came out of my mind. So there's the other versions of the story, and what I'm thinking about, this has to do with this one too, but it connects with the other ones. I'm thinking in the other ones, everything like the store would be the same. It wouldn't really be, probably have the same size oven, and in the other version, in one of the other versions, the witch gets put in an oven, and I think, I know that doesn't happen, but it's probably the same size as in this story. So if you can put that witch in the oven, I'm guessing you could put 2 teenagers in the oven.
So you're siding with Hansel and Gretel? I'm confused.
I'm siding with Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel?
I found 2 flaws in Malvinia's, and I don't think that
Hazel.
there are.
So I wanted to say something. So what we need a witness, because in Malvinia's side it says she claims she was no match for the 2 teenagers and that they tried to push her. When she screamed for help, the neighboring shopkeeper came to her aid. As a result of the struggle, she suffered a 2nd-degree burn and had to be hospitalized. We need to know if that actually, because in Hansel's and Gretel's story, there's no
They never said
no part about the
there's no neighbor shop.
neighbor. Yeah,
They never mention the neighbor coming in to help her, does she? We also don't have any information on the neighbor perspective or version or account of this story
I wish
either.
we
So
did.
we need to get more information.
We need a
So
witness.
that might be one of our witnesses in our trial.
Thing if
We need a book. We need a bigger book. This is not enough information. We need a bigger book. Like,
Excellent
we need
point.
more. We need more perspectives. Like in
The
some like
officer.
we need perspectives. We need
The officer.
and there
The
and
neighbor shopkeeper.
I think the neighbor.
Good afternoon, Roxborough Elementary School, and happy Friday. I have the Tiger Paw winners for this week. For kindergarten, we have Oscar